So you might be wondering why I'm sitting in a sushi restaurant with Jordan Mailata. This is Jesse Ito's fault because I reached out to Jesse many months ago to do an interview about this great place, the James Beard nominations, and he said, well, we should invite Jordan. I was like, Jordan who? He said, Jordan Mailata. So
obviously.
We finally got it together. Jesse, thank you. Jordan, good to see you, man. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
This is, I know, one of your favorite places, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite places to eat here in Philly. And thanks to Jesse, we get to be blessed with great sushi all the time. Spoiled, actually, because every time we go to another city, we just compare it.
Same.
It's kind of like, nah.
Nothing does, right? Nothing does.
There's always something. Honestly, if there's something that does stick out, it's probably like one piece of fish that we've never tried before. But other than that, the standard.
You gotta tell me what that fish is. I'll get it.
There you go. He's the guy to know.
Doesn't happen that often, Jesse. Doesn't happen that often.
So I was thinking like, oh, but if I reach out to Jordan to do an interview, he's going to be like, whatever. But if I include sushi, I know you're going to be in. So I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad you're here. What do you love about, like, because you and I talked, I think, right when the Michelin people were here.
Yeah.
And you were upset that more people didn't get more love from, like, Michelin because you're a big restaurant guy. You're a big foodie guy in the city.
Listen, man, I'm not no, like, expert or anything.
Right.
You know, I don't claim to be, like, I know it all about food.
Yeah.
You know, I just love eating food. I know what good food is.
Yeah.
Thanks to my wife. Shout out to my wife.
Boss.
Shout out to the boss.
The boss over here.
But you know, I appreciate good food, and don't even like talking about that Michelin crap.
You got
I can say the word crap,
visibly.
right?
You can say that. You can
say
say
the
whatever
word
you
crap.
want. We can put the bleep over it.
Crap, you don't really need to beep it out, right?
I understand,
You can't really beep that out.
But like the culinary scene here in Philadelphia is outstanding, and this place is at the top of that.
Yeah,
so I'm
100%.
happy that Jesse let us in on, is this your off day? Is Monday an off day?
It's an office day.
Yeah.
I'd rather do this.
Well, I'm glad.
Appreciate it.
So he's going to feed us as we go. But I wanted to ask you about the Walter Payton Man of the Year nomination, because I think that's obviously really cool. You're one of just 32 players in the NFL to have that bestowed upon you. And you'll find out soon. What does it mean to you, though, to have that nomination?
Man, I'll be honest, I just like football, when I first came here, you know, I was still trying to figure it out. So when I honestly got named, I didn't really understand the gravity of that nomination, and it took me a minute to really understand what the nomination means, and I think at the end of the day, I'm just really humbled to be the Eagles nominee this year. I think it's never been about me; it's always been about the community, and I don't really, and even after that, like I don't even think about it. It's just, I think, second nature for me, and it was just the people who I grew up with, and when I came here, it was just the people that I surrounded myself with in the community, and I think Eagles played a big part to help me become the man that I am in the community by making sure that I was at events or just doing stuff. My first 3 years when I wasn't playing, I was just kind of getting amongst the community. It's really all I could do. I understood the platform that we had, and I just wanted to utilize it the best we could. And I think it just kind of snowballed from there. Just got bigger, more involved as the years in Philly went on, and now we're here.
We are here.
About to fly to San Francisco as the Walter Payton Man nominee for the Eagles.
You nervous about it? Are there nerves or something like this?
Not really. No. I'm not really nervous. I do think it's a really cool opportunity to go out there and meet the other nominees. And some of them are 3-4 time nominees, and for them it's probably a walk in the park right now. And I think to be really honest, with the season that we had, it was really hard to think about the nomination. I would say it was not in the forefront of things, just because just the season we were having. And
understood.
And now that the season is over and I've had time to reflect, it's again an awesome opportunity to represent my family and the organization. So
I wanted to ask you about a group that you work with, specifically Focused Athletics. I know you and your wife have done a lot with them. Why them? How did you get connected with Jack Duncan over there and Focused?
Mutual friend Mish. Yeah, Mish. We only know it's Mish. She's off camera right now. You guys can see her, but through Michelle.
The catalyst. She's linking everyone up.
Yeah, she's just Mate, she knows everyone, that one.
Yeah, she does.
So, yeah, we met those folks through her, and I think for me, with my story and the pathway that I had, I think is something that I could relate to. I think what Dunk's doing is probably similar to what the NFL did for me with the international pathways,
Sure. Yeah.
provided me a pathway. That's exactly what they're doing. I think, why, I just think, like, if I can help promote this organization or help these kids go down that pathway that they want, pursuing their dreams of playing in the NFL, because, I mean, I've said this a couple times, but my dreams only started 7 years ago playing the NFL. It's not something that I dreamt of as a kid. For these kids, they're dreaming of it right now as they're kids.
Right.
Something that they really want to do. So if we can help catapult them in that direction, why not? Why not help those kids achieve the dreams?
Have you gotten out there and worked out with them and beaten them up a little bit?
What was it, 2021?
Yeah.
Or 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Went in and did a gym workout with them in Center City. It was actually pretty cool seeing the lifts that they had programmed for the kids.
Did Mish tell you that I used to work out with them?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, may not look like it, but I was at one point.
You're out there with the community.
No, I've
That's all
known
that
Jack.
matters.
I've known Jack for a long time. He's a great guy. So it's really cool that you're doing that with them. And I'm sure the kids were super excited about it.
Jack's done a great job, man. Like, he's.
Puts his money where his mouth is too.
It's not even that. When you find someone like Jack who cares, like he genuinely cares, he'll give every dollar in his bank account for those kids, And that was one thing that stood out to me the first time I met him. And I was like, okay, yeah. Second time I met him, very consistent, just his character. So I think the head, is the head of the organization is going to say a lot. And I think that's why people come back. He even has students who come through the program come back and help coach.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that you look back at, how was it run? And these kids will do anything for him, and it just shows when you have the kids that Jack has put through, through the program, and then they've come back years later after they've gone to college.
Well, you mentioned you didn't have a chance to think about the Walter Payton nomination because of the season. Do you want to get it off your chest? Do you want to get anything off your chest about this past season? This was a safe space right here. I know it wasn't the way you wanted it to be or the team wanted it to be, but when you reflect on that, what do you make of it?
I think I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and we didn't get as far as we wanted because we just weren't good enough this year. Plain and simple.
Sure.
We weren't good enough this year. And it pains me to say that because at the end of the day, you try to be as positive as you can in that building, even when things aren't going your way, and you have to kind of steer the ship with as many people as you can. And I thought we were doing that, and I just think, now that we're sitting here and I've had time to reflect, we just weren't good enough. Just were not good enough. So, thank God, there's a new season coming up
right.
after this week.
Yeah.
We can bury this season, learn from it.
Sure.
But, if there's one thing that I've learned is just focus on playing.
I know that you're not an excuse maker at all, and you're one of the positive voices in there, which most guys, to their credit, throughout the season, were that way. When you look back, though, at the Super Bowl and the long season a year ago, do you think that plays a role in the difficulties that you guys had this past year?
The injuries?
Injuries, yeah. Not as much time in the off-season to
I do. I don't
rest?
think... Yeah, I mean, I think the rest portion the team can manage during, OTAs, training camp. That can be managed. I just think injuries, could play a factor. Did play a factor this year.
Sure.
We had guys who weren't playing. No one's ever playing 100% during the season. Especially towards the end of the season. But if you're entering the season at 50%, it's going to be pretty hard to, sustain that level of play that we ended off last year with.
Sure.
And I think it kind of, it's like a little, I shouldn't say it like an infection, but You know?
I mean, it's like a good problem to have, right? You're coming off a Super Bowl victory.
Well, it's not a good problem to have because the bar is set so high.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And which is why we tried to, as an identity, what we did last year didn't matter because everyone else held us here, but for us, we're starting from the bottom again. It was us. It was we have to refine our.
I heard
identity,
you say that over and over again. Like we're not. That's all in the rear view. It's like we can't worry about that. It's true. Yeah.
I totally believe that. I wouldn't change anything I did this year in regards to the approach that we had to the season, because I really do think that's the only way you can move on as a professional athlete, especially in this city.
Right.
You know, people say standards are higher in here in Philly. Yeah, it's a good reason, but we have high standards too as players. Like I do, at least. I have really high standards, and that's just from the culture that I stepped into, and I'm trying to maintain that culture myself and Lane, especially even just in speaking to like O-line wise.
Yeah.
Just keep that standard high, man.
So you got a new year coming, 2026. You have a new offensive coordinator as well. When you first heard the name Sean Mannion, did you know anything about him before he was hired?
No, I didn't. I didn't know much about Sean at all. So, got a chance to talk to him. So,
great.
Yeah, pretty good dude.
Yeah.
And he's tall. So I was like shocked when
he played.
When I met him. I was like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on here? So, I think pretty excited.
Yeah.
Love what he did in Green Bay with that system, and I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good season, man. Got a lot to look forward to.
How does the team reach out to you before things happen like that? Do they ask your opinion on anything?
No.
No.
If anyone's got to say it might be Jay, but I'm just a left tackle, dude. I don't know anything about route
come on, you're not
schemes and
just a
route
left
concepts.
tackle.
This is what I'm saying. My reflection upon the years, I'm just going to do my job.
Sure.
I think I got a lot on my plate. I think last year I was doing a lot of eating off everyone's plate and not dealing with my own stuff. So next year for me it's pretty simple. Just worry about my job and do it well. So that's what I'm saying. Like team didn't reach out. So if
they had, you would have given your opinion.
If they had,
sure.
I would have just been like, I just want somebody who's going to let us run the ball.
Let's mow people over. What's this, Jesse?
This is Kimidai, golden eye snapper from Japan.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Kimidai.
Cheers. One bite.
Well,
Bite.
That's so good. Off-season obviously brings a lot of change, so the team is not going to be the same as it was a year ago. It's just the nature of the NFL. You were pretty emotional when we spoke to you after the last game of the year against the 49ers because you have that realization, right? This locker room is just not going to be the same. How hard is that part of the NFL? I mean, it's part of the business, but I'm sure it's still not easy.
Yeah, it's hard. It honestly is really hard, especially if you've been playing with the same guys. You're going to have a core unit of guys who stay there. I'm lucky enough to be one of them. I've been with the team 8 years, heading into my 9th, and so for me, realizing that Dallas was up for free agency, that kind of hit me hard.
Yeah.
Especially seeing him, how emotional he was after the game. I just couldn't. That one hurt me, And when it comes to other guys, like you said, the nature of the league. It's such a cutthroat business, and I think you just never know heading into the next season what the team's going to look like. So,
where do you think you guys would have been this season without Dallas and the contributions that he made? He was incredible, especially in the red zone.
Man, that man knew how to find the end zone this year. What was he, like second or third?
I think third in touchdowns this year or something like that.
That's unreal. Think about it. Unreal. I just don't know. It's one of those things, like, not to be like all mystical and stuff, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. This is not to quote Kanye. I guess we'll never know. Guess we'll never know. I just hate the thought of Dallas not being an Eagle. That's what killed me.
it was a tough year for AJ, obviously.
Is he up for a contract?
No, he's not up for a contract, but there's speculation that he's not happy here and all that stuff. What was it like being in the locker room with that? Like, you're one of the leaders and you're trying to hold everything together, but there's also these other issues that are sort of festering in one corner of the room. Is that difficult to manage? How do you deal with that?
It's not difficult to manage because I think how the media portrays the situation is a lot different than what was actually happening in the locker room. I think for AJ, he may not have been vocal with you guys, but he was very vocal with us. So he made it very easy for us to have AJ's back and or speak on his behalf on certain things. Not comment on what we didn't need to comment on, but at least to us leaders, he was very vocal to us. So as long as that old saying, the what's understood doesn't need to be explained,
right.
That was kind of the mantra this year. It was just outside noise blowing up the fact that, the production just wasn't adding up. And I think people can very easy to pick someone out. I think you can pick any one of us on that starting offense. Now, we all weren't playing up to the standard that we know we could play at.
Sure.
Yeah, but we want to pick and choose because it takes a lot for me to boil up on the sideline, and it happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
And some people don't have a fuse like mine. Like Landon's fuse is shorter than mine, Cam's fuse is shorter than mine, AJ's fuse is shorter than mine. It just depends on the game and the ebbs and flow of the game that what's clickbait worthy or what's going to give us more views. Oh, let's focus on that.
Right.
Or that whole Sirianni AJ thing the last game of the year.
Yeah.
I can tell everyone, it was Sirianni, Mailata, and AJ. I was there too. Nobody wants to talk about me.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
Because I didn't show any emotion.
Right.
But like, Sirianni was talking to me too. He wasn't talking to AJ.
Sure. So then, when you're in that locker room, it's not difficult to deal.
It's not difficult
with those
to deal
things.
with.
But how difficult then is it for you to see a teammate dealing with something like that?
We have to. That's what I'm saying. We have to communicate, and he communicated to us, and we communicate to him, saying that we have your back. And it's just him knowing that we're in his corner. That's all that he needed to know.
So safe to say you don't want to see AJ go anywhere.
Bro, that'd be crazy.
I agree.
That is the craziest thing I ever heard. I've been seeing that online, been hearing it on radio. Not like I listen to radio.
Not a big
I'm actually
radio.
off Twitter again.
Probably
It's a
good. Probably a
thing.
good move.
It's a great move.
It's a good
It's
move.
a great move.
It sounds like internally, it's different than what we see.
I think that's the other thing too. I think when we all get, like I said, you can pick any one of us on that offense, starting offense, and pick out. He didn't play up to the standard this year. He was, vocally and visually frustrated. You honestly could do that to us, because and at least we'll just go minimum one game, because we all have a minimum of one game where we've shown frustration.
Sure.
And it all stems from, one, we're not executing it, and two, we just want to contribute to a win. But we only won 11 times.
Only.
Exactly. I say it like that
Only.
because it's Philadelphia.
Yeah. So the fans, I mean, they're notoriously hard on the players. Mm-hmm. Comes from, I think, a good place, a place of love.
Yeah.
What have you learned you've been here 8 years, but playing 6 years? Like, what have you learned over that time about this city in that regard, and the way they show that passion and also, but respect to you guys as well?
Take accountability, number one, and give everything you got. All right? It's very simple to me. Just don't have any excuses. Like, no excuses. Either it is or it isn't. Mm-hmm. Was, but it wasn't. I think just take accountability, no excuses. Just, for me, when you think about organizational wise, giving them a little bit would also protect the franchise.
Yeah. Yep.
Something that you just have to do. You gotta play it smart, I guess.
Do you think, looking back, that you do you think you maybe landed in like the perfect place where
I do.
it's like football? We're just football like, crazy here, but
it's kind of like what the area that I grew up in Australia,
okay.
Bankstown. Just the passion and the grit of the people. Blue collar, hardworking people. That reminds me of where I grew up, but on steroids.
we're on roids. Philly's on roids.
We're on steroids, like 100 times more passionate and gritty.
Was that a shock to the system when you first got here? I mean, you're probably used to it now. Like, you get it, but like...
So I'll never forget the first game that I got booed at. Well, not me, but running into the tunnel.
Yeah. I want to stick up for my Philly brothers and sisters, but it gets...
Totally get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to sit here and be like, man, when I was a fan, I did the exact same thing to my rugby team.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, didn't give him anything to cheer about.
We talked a little bit about AJ. We talked about Dallas and that possibility. On the other side of the ball, though, there's guys that we could see not back. One of them being Nakobe Dean.
Codeine.
Had a fantastic season. Reed Blankenship is a free agent. Lots of guys.
Reed's a free agent? Man.
Am I breaking this news to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Reed, it's possible that he can move on. Like again, it comes back to the whole thing of like the NFL. Not for long.
Not only am I a bad insider, I'm a bad teammate. I'm a bad teammate as well.
But like, you get to know these guys over the years. What's Nakobe mean to this team? What's Reed mean to this team in this city?
I think if you look at the production that they've able to put out on film, just in the last 3 or 4 years, that in their tenure that they've been here, well deserving to be able to earn a contract to come back. I think not what they've done for the city, but what they've done for that locker room and that group, and the linebackers group and the DB core. We had Reed as a captain in that, leading by example every day, practice, in the game. Just the consistent play that he was able to put up this year and in past years too is the reason why he earned that captain badge. Codeine, if it wasn't for injuries, who's to say that him and All-Pro Zach Bourne aren't the two best linebackers in the league?
Yeah.
Because last year, the year we went to the bowl and won it, those two were playing at an all-time elite.
What a crazy story Zach is too. It's amazing.
Exactly.
It's so cool.
Now I think, but you just look at those two, their body of work, and even Gallen, what he was able to do in his short stint with us here, like just absolutely amazing to see them capitalize on the opportunity. Well, one for Gallen, but then two, just Codeine and Reed showing up every day, and that's why I say it's. Look at that beauty. That just distracted me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, don't be. Look at
that.
Your sushi can't wait.
Brother.
I know. I'm like any.
Zoom in on this. Look at it. He's zooming on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've got the money shot right here.
Yeah, that's spot prawn with Japanese sea urchin, little chive garlic.
Brother.
And then those are some scallops, lime zest, sea salt.
I'm going to go with the scallop first. Tell you what, man.
Are you glad you said yes to this?
I'm very glad. On the prawn is insane.
There's been the speculation too about Lane Johnson, not asking you to be an insider or anything like that, but we know he went through a lot this year. What does he and what has he meant to you personally?
It's one of my brothers, man. He taught me so much as a player over the years, and also as somebody who struggles with dealing with the mental stresses of playing in the NFL. And he's helped me a lot, man. Helped me a lot, and I don't think I'd be the player I am today without his guidance as well. A lot of people got me to where I am.
Sure.
But I think his guidance as well has gotten me here. Has challenged me to try to be a more consistent player, to elevate my game every year. So, I think those are the things he's helped instill in me, and so I'm excited to come back this year. I think I'm again, doing the right things right now to come back a better player than what I was last year. Now that I have time and keep working on that. And don't know how long he's got, man, but
Right.
I'll take as many years as he'll give us. Oh my God.
This is Spanish fatty bluefin tuna. With some osetra, that's some king salmon belly from New Zealand.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And while you guys are eating that, I'm gonna torch these up.
Brought out the sword for you and the flamethrower. Wow. What is on that?
Which
the
one?
Caviar.
The caviar?
Yeah.
Just caviar.
But there's something else on there. What is?
Dry aged fatty tuna caviar, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's unreal.
I was wondering what that umami flavor was.
I'm trying to act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to
I was
food.
wondering what the umami was, you know, like just on the tip of my tongue. Oh,
Nodoguro, black throat sea perch.
You have done the NFL draft for the Eagles for how many years?
4 years.
He knows all the secrets. He's the guy that knows everything.
you shouldn't be asking me.
I just stay on Howie's good side, that's it.
That's it. How cool has that been for you to be around
It's been awesome.
the team and do that?
It's been so cool.
You know what the best part is? People in that draft room don't know who Jesse is. They're just like, oh, cool, guy.
This is
making
like,
our
yeah, sushi just showed
and
up.
I'm sitting there like, you ungrateful.
We can bleep it. We
I had
can.
no idea.
They know now.
I was like,
Yeah, they better know
like,
now.
really good sushi, 4 years in a row.
That was unbelievable, man.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so
It was a
much,
fun,
Jordan.
fun lunch.
I'm glad we did it. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Treating some
Jesse,
sushi.
thanks for
Yeah, of course.
letting us come here.
The best, man.
This is
Thank you.
This
Good
is how I
luck.
want to do all my interviews.